capacity drives, one SATA SSD, and another NVMe. Oh, and if you're wondering, yes, the case is from CyberPower, so this did originate from a pre-built, but again, this was just thrown together with spare parts. It was not purchased this way. Also, realize that as you read this owner's description of his issue, I don't really care whether this system is a throw together sort of like spare parts build, or if it was like a $2,000 or $3,000, you know, huge investment, a huge chunk of someone's savings. I just can't look at things that way, because if I did, then that might affect folks' willingness to even want to reach out in the first place. I don't want to set a precedent like that. I look at all builds the same. I hate to use the phrase like I don't see color, but it's kind of the same ordeal. Like, I don't care if the rig is small, large. I don't care if it's old, new, or you know, a spare parts build or a super ultra high-end one. It doesn't matter to me. These are all gaming PCs more or less in the end, and I want to see all of them back on the road again. So that's why this, you know, this being a spare parts rig, it might seem like, great, this doesn't seem like a high priority build. Why are you fixing it? It's a PC. I want to fix PCs in general, especially in this market where things are extremely expensive. I want this back on the road again. Maybe the owner can give it away, sell it to somebody. Maybe he's going to use it himself as like a second room PC. I really don't care. It's not my business. My business is just to fix PCs, and that's exactly what we're going to try to do in this video. I hope you will stay with me.
Are you sitting on a gaming PC without an activated copy of Windows? Forget $100+ retail keys. Instead, snag an OEM Windows.
Submit your broken PC for a chance to be fixed for free. This is a really cool playlist. I'm really happy that so many of you click on these videos. And again, it's because of that that we can continue offering this service. Right, let's jump straight into attempting to fire this thing up for the first time. Now remember, this should, at least on paper, turn on. The owner says that it does appear to power up, but it just doesn't send a signal, which is why I have our portable monitor here just in case. Let's go ahead and click the power button. All right. Now, the owner also said that 3 of these fans, the case fans actually, are not hooked up. So we shouldn't be too alarmed there. The ones connected to the AIO, however, for the radiator, those are spinning and those are clearly lit up. So let's give it a few seconds here and just see what happens on screen, if anything. If we do get a picture, then I imagine this might come down to just something as simple as maybe a bad display cable or something. Though I will say, after speaking with the owner in person, he does sound pretty tech savvy. He just, again, ran out of components to really swap in. That was why he reached out. And yeah, sure enough, it looks like we do not have picture. Alrighty, where do we go from here? Probably one of the fastest things to do is remove this graphics card as a variable. I would normally just run through the motherboard, through the CPU with onboard graphics. Problem though, the i5 in here is a 12600KF. The F SKU means we don't have integrated graphics, are typically a bit cheaper because of that. For troubleshooting purposes, that makes things a little more convoluted. What we can do though is remove the 2060 outright and swap in our good old 1030. That'd be this cutie right here. And this is known working many times in the playlist.
I like how this looks. Submachine gun running animation. Well, he's running like a fucking retard. I just don't like it. That's so stupid. I need 2 water filters. I think I might go try to get them really quick. can find these water filters. So, 7.6239 ammo. So I don't have to use it. Wait, actually. Eh. Alright, I gotta run through those. Ooh. I'll take a backpack on the way. Or there's a rig at least. I have two find and transfer quests, and they're both therapists, and they're both the same quest. Like two of the same quests. Two find and transfers, two water. I know where to look for them, but I don't. Just thought people loot when they're running into the mall. So fucking things are never there unless you spawn there. Building. I'll just check on the spot there. Shoot me, guy. See bodies. Hello. Died of some random motherfucker. I already know it. See? He was fucking aiming at me. Some people are just idiots, and they just for some reason can't process whether someone's a scav or a PNC. So they have to stare at you for like 10 minutes until their fucking brain figures it out. It's fucking retarded. So, I can get water filters in this part. I'm gonna try to check it. First, I'm gonna check back there. Look, I really wanted a gun that I can actually fucking reload. This is... I don't have a single extra bullet for a single fucking gun. I have bullets, but nothing for what I have. So if I shoot, I'm pretty much fucked, and I have less than. Alright, so it's gonna do water filters, they're gonna be right here. Either in this corner. Someone looted it, I guarantee it. But not only this corner. I guess all the green, they're most commonly there, but all the green shells have great. Nope, not the motor. I was about to kill that scav. Because I have a feeling he's gonna end up finding me and shoot me anyway. He's just gonna be a fucking problem. There is not a single filter. Okay. Dead scavs out here.
The past. So that's something that you definitely want to have checked out the list before you just start part swapping. Make sure that the part you're swapping in is confirmed working in another system. I also love the 1030 for its low power, sort of like, single slot access. It's very easy to throw into really any rig. And since it doesn't require supplemental power, it pulls everything through the PCIe slot. It makes wiring simpler as well. It can remove a potential power supply variable in the process, which we might have to account for if this gets the system running. The other elephant in this room is the vertical riser, which isn't probably too great for temperatures in this particular case. I'm going to remove the supplemental 8-pin. We'll also be sure to bypass the extension just to make sure that, in my experience, extensions are typically pretty solid. Yes, even the cheap ones, it's difficult to get those wrong, unless you're talking about 12-volt high power. A quick visual inspection, what we can see so far in this 2060, we're not gonna be able to see much of the board. It's covered almost entirely by a shroud and backplate. The rear I/O does look to be in good shape. I don't see any crossed, bent, or missing pins, and the golden fingers also look good. I'm gonna see if I can get the camera to focus on the pins and not the shroud in front. There we are. This is always good to check over. You can do all this stuff without having additional hardware on hand. So that's why I like to show it, because I know, again, a lot of folks don't have extra graphics cards laying around. I don't see any broken or missing SMDs around any of these contact points either. So what's gonna happen when we throw in our 1030? We're about to find out. I will say it's a bit difficult getting cards in here. I gotta pull this cover. Okay, yeah, gotta pull that vertical cover off. Then I can slot the card in. Again, we'll make sure that we run HDMI through this. Looks like things still power up, not too surprised there. Mainly just looking for a picture out. Again, that's gonna be our long-term goal here. And if swapping our 1030 does fix the issue, then we're gonna have to start narrowing down the smaller bits. These smaller variables like the riser cable, the 8-pin extension.
Why is my...
It would be unfortunate if the 2060 is cooked, but it doesn't appear to be the case, because you still don't have anything on screen. I suppose this isn't the worst thing in the world. The fact that his RTX 2060 is not the cause of this symptom, whatever we're seeing here, means that it's probably not the culprit at all. It looks to be a pretty healthy card, a pretty clean one at that. This also tracks with what the owner told me. He tested this in a separate system and was able to get a picture through it. I just need to verify this stuff with my own eyes, right? I can't make a habit of trusting anything anybody says in this space. It's like the trust but verify phrase. You know, you have to. If you if you trusted everybody and everything everybody said, you wouldn't be getting very far in this industry. I suppose I should have done this a bit sooner. You can see these CL-RTC pins right here. We're gonna go ahead and jump these. This will clear the CMOS. It's effectively cutting the power to the volatile memory, which stores the BIOS settings and again, the clock settings and stuff like that. This is just a very quick way that you can rule out some sort of BIOS issue, compatibility, maybe like a setting that you changed that's preventing your rig from firing up or behaving properly. All you need is a screwdriver, something conductive, and we'll hold it here for about 20 seconds or so. To be clear, I didn't expect this to do anything, and well, yeah, it didn't. We still don't have a signal out. But it's so simple to do. It literally takes seconds. It would be a sin not to tackle it early on. And speaking of quick and easy, one other thing we can very quickly do is isolate a RAM issue. This stuff is pretty easy to access in most builds. They are fully slotted as
Why is this shit worse so
a seating issue. I'm gonna remove both and swap in one known working DIMM into slot A2 and see what happens. This is my trusty LPX troubleshooting DIMM I've used over the years for DDR4 platforms. Really hoping this isn't the fix. As most of you know, RAM is expensive. So if this does post, it means we likely have an issue with one or both DIMMs. This is a 32 gig kit, so it would be a real shame if something was wrong with these. They are from the same kit as well, if you are wondering. The serial numbers line up, so it doesn't look like these were, you know, hodgepodge from multiple systems or anything. This is probably the one instance where I'm really hoping that this doesn't work. Just to prove to you, and to myself, I think at this point I need a reality check that this monitor is in fact working. I've just reconnected the power cable, so you can see there, no signal. We're plugged straight into the 1030 still. Oh boy, we could do CPU socket. This is an Intel LGA platform after all. Could be a socket issue, maybe when the CPU was first installed. Could be power supply related, maybe 24 volt, or sorry, not 24 volt, but 24 pin or 8-pin APS. At this point, I mean, I don't really have one recommendation over another other than just to approach whichever one is easier for you to rule out first. And I think I'm gonna do the power supply. So let's tackle that. Hopefully be able to rule it out. If this is like a socket damage problem, then we should be able to fix it. Or worst case, we replace the board. These are pretty cheap. I'll have to get a second-hand one, but shouldn't be too big an issue either way. I just wanted to quickly show you the 24 pin is fully seated, as is the 8-pin EPS. I think one more thing I'm gonna do before I tear the right side panel off is just disconnect everything non-vital. We'll stick with just the 24 pin and the 8-pin and see if the system fires up that way, because this could come down to a simple wiring issue. And what we'll do is manually jump the power pins with our screwdriver. So it's fired up. We're, hey buddy, what's up, Cash? Want to say hi to the camera? No? Want to say hi to the camera? Yeah. Trying to fix this one. It's giving me a hard time. Looks like the same RG behavior as well, likely due to a hub or something like independent of Windows behind the motherboard tray, which we'll shortly rule out because the right panel's coming off. Off we go. And well, it does look like it was cable managed, and It's cleaner than I was expecting back here. I can see again some of these fan cables that were not connected because we don't have enough fan hubs on the board, something we might be able to tackle later. These are all voltage controlled, which means I have to use a voltage hub, because if I don't, then these might run at full speed. I don't know if I have one of those laying around. I will say I don't see anything obvious in terms of miswiring back here, and it'd be difficult to do that anyway because this power supply is non-modular. Let's see what our inline tester tells us. We're hoping for no beeps. We've got the main stuff connected so far. Seems okay. All the voltages look good. How about ripple? Yep, looks fine to me. Timings, I'm not even sure what power supply this is. I think it was included in the description. I just didn't pay much attention to it. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a reason to swap the power supply at this point, at least. And that leaves us with really one of two possibilities. I don't see this going anywhere else. Either we have a defective board, and I'm going to lump the socket into that as well. Maybe we have a damaged socket, or we have a bad CPU. Either could be plausible, especially if these components have been sitting for a while. Maybe they were pulled from rigs that were defective and they weren't troubleshot any further. Maybe they were purchased secondhand. I don't actually know the full story behind where all these components come from. I just know that when the owner first assembled all of it, it failed to play ball. So I think what we're gonna do is remove the CPU first. That's the easier task of the two, and inspect the socket and underneath the chip itself. Let's see what's hiding behind door. Oh man, I hate it when I can't get, I can't fully lift the socket because of the AIO mounting hardware. Can't we make these things a bit wider? All right, I'm just gonna swivel it a tad out of the way there. There we go. All right, now let's see what's behind door number one. It looks pretty clean. The underside of the CPU also looks very clean, no issues that I can see. This pretty much means we either have a defective motherboard or a defective CPU. Visually, both look completely normal. I don't see any burn marks on the board. Of course, the socket looks fine, as does the CPU. The question is, which one should I swap first? It's probably easier to swap in CPU, just because the board is down, there's so much of wires and things in the way that I'd have to move otherwise. If this board is cooked enough, it could take my replacement CPU with it if it hasn't already for the owner's Core i5. So I'm willing to bear that risk just for the sake of possibly saving at least a few minutes. I don't really see how we end this video without at least testing the board with some CPU in some capacity. So it's going to happen one way or the other. We've literally just been narrowing variables one by one. We've been systematically removing them from the equation so that our field of view is tighter and tighter. And we've really gotten to a crossroads where there isn't much else we can take away from this rig and still have it attempt to post. So I think we're going to swap in a replacement CPU. Now, funny enough, I actually have a near identical replacement for his CPU if in fact it's to blame. This is a Core i5 12600K, but not an F SKU, which means it's actually slightly better. It has an integrated graphics processor, which is better for troubleshooting, the case we're in here. So what I'm going to do is drop this replacement in. I'm not going to bother reinstalling the CPU cooler. That's just going to add more work. The system won't be on long enough for that to really matter. We'll also reconnect my known working DIMM. I've got the 1030 already slotted in here, and we'll try for a post. If this works, I'd say we're looking at a slam dunk CPU swap.
Oh, you could change the barrel.
Though I would err on the side of this being a motherboard issue in most cases, just because there are more things that can go wrong with a board, right? It's a much larger component. It's exposed to the elements. It experienced different heat cycles in different locations, right? The VRM MOSFET area gets hotter typically than other parts of the board. The chipset area gets hot as well, and so that can cause some warpage and dislodge over time, degradation, right? It's what electronics does, unfortunately, in really all cases. But if I had to wager, I'd say the motherboard is the problem. So I expect this will not work. If it does, though, I mean, it's not the end of the world, right? It's a Core i5. I should probably turn the power on at the rear first. Let's do that. And I've reconnected the power.
Wait, that was the 20 I just bought.
Alrighty, so we do have power. I'm gonna check the temperature of this chip. Oh yeah, it's heating up right away. You know, it never really occurred to me that we're combining a K-series CPU from Intel with a B chipset board. So that is kind of weird. Yeah, that chip is scalding hot. And we're not getting a picture out. Come on. No picture. Yep, nothing on screen. I know that CPU is absolutely baking right now as well. I don't like keeping these on for longer than about 20 seconds or so because especially in the unlocked SKUs where they tend to pull more power, they get very toasty very fast. I don't want to damage one of my CPUs. swap this board. Yeah. Really not much else we can do.
That's way better.
We've pretty much isolated, swapped out every other component.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
We
I don't
don't
even know
have
what
fans
map
even
I'm
connected
planning
for
on
that
going
matter,
to.
except for the ones for the
I was
AIO.
gonna
These
go
are working
snipe,
just
but-
fine, so why would they be the problem? Everything else on the power supply
that's
side seems
fucking
fine.
not
We've only got the
happening.
24 pin and the 8 pin EPS connected, along with our known working GT1030
I'm gonna bring all
and a
this
known
in.
working stick of DDR4, mind you. So, yeah,
I don't know if this is enough ammo. I don't want to bring
It just-
shitty ammo though.
it
I
doesn't
don't want to bring
make
ammo that's too good
sense
either.
why it would be anything else. I'm just running through variables in my head. Okay, so the one thing I
You know what?
didn't do
I'll bring
earlier
the
that I
shitty ammo
probably
just so I
should have
have
done when we were
extra
testing a different DIM is I could have tried a different slot. I tried A2 and I didn't try like B1 or B2. I didn't try a different channel. If we have issues with traces between the CPU socket and the DIM slots, then it's possible that even my working DIM will not play nicely with this setup. That would result in a motherboard swap anyway, I suppose. So the fact that we're getting the exact same symptom with two different i5s and two different kits of DDR4, yeah, I mean, that still points us to the motherboard. So you're just thinking out loud there, we're gonna swap his board. Fortunately, I do still have one compatible 12th gen motherboard in the closet. These are getting a bit older. I'd say they're still relevant, but you know, they're not making these really anymore. So the stock that I have is dwindling, but this is an N7 Z790. I've actually used this board personally for a few different builds. I really like the way it looks because it's super sleek. It's covered almost entirely by these shrouds, and it does have a pretty sweet feature set as well. So here we go, out carefully with the old. I was just about to say in with the new. I was trying to get his DDR4 pre-installed and I realized that these don't line up. This is actually a DDR5 board and I forgot that these mixed up DDR4 and 5 depending on the board you bought and the model. That is really freaking frustrating because again, this is the only board I have on hand. So I think we're gonna have to buy one. You know, NZXT would have been convenient for you to throw, you know, DDR5 support somewhere on the front of the box. I've got to really look for it. I'm not sure if it's even there. It's probably on the side. No, it's still not there. Where does it say DDR5 support? Ah, I've got to look at the back. Yeah, that is not ideal. There you go. 4 DIMMs, max 128
I have to
gigs,
read,
DDR5.
so I didn't know.
One thing that absolutely drives me insane about Amazon, I love the fact that I can get stuff overnighted. This one, for example, I can get it tomorrow morning between 7 and 11 a.m. That's great, but this is not what I searched for. So I just typed in Z790 DDR4. It's showing me a B760M board, and okay, well, at least it's DDR4. So you know, at least it passed the mark there. You can see the one above it, okay, Z790, but then DDR5. That sneaky little DDR5 mention there. That throws this whole thing for a loop. So I've got to be very careful about what I select here. Like this one looks pretty good, right? 166 bucks. This is from ASUS. Right, that's you know, not too bad. But then look at there, the sneaky DDR5. Again, even after I told it, I only want DDR4. Now you can swing over here and force it to search just for DDR4. But just know that if you type it into the search bar, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's gonna throw that at you. And look at this, proof's in the pudding, right? I've got DDR4 selected right there, and it's still showing me DDR5. This is a joke. It's like the whole search engine for DDR4 versus 5 stuff is super broken on Amazon, so just be careful. I've made a mistake before of buying the wrong RAM board, and it's frustrating. I like that Intel gave us some flexibility with
Z790.
support, but
That's
it
fucking
just
nice board.
convolutes things. I don't want to get him a B-series chipset for his unlocked skewed CPU, but I don't think I'm going to have much of a choice here. So this one is DDR4, and it's 150 bucks. I can get it tomorrow morning.
Chipset
It's
is
just
what?
not going to be Z790, and it's not even going to be ATX for that matter. So it's going to be the same size as what he has in there. It's going to look, you know, a little silly. Not the end of the world,
Okay,
but
so
I'm really trying to
LGA
find something that works.
1700
This one is also B760.
DDR5.
That's DDR4. It's a pretty good price, but it's not going to show up for 3 days, and that's a little more downtime than I would like. This one looks pretty good. It's Amazon renewed, but it's DDR5. Like, this is just silly. Like, why? You know, what are we doing here, Amazon? Can we not just filter out DDR5 stuff?
DDR5.
This is crazy.
Day 2.
Here we are then. That wait wasn't too bad. This is about 24 hours later, a Pro B760M-P DDR4 from MSI. This was purchased for about $100 on Amazon, shipped, and that's not too bad. Again, the DDR4 front is super
Z790.
important here. And there just aren't many of these
$100.
available anymore. They aren't making them anymore. It's
Wait,
a,
what?
you know, I don't want to say a dated platform, but it is a bit older
Wi-Fi.
at this point. And because of that, our choices were limited. So no, this isn't really an upgrade. It is more or less a side grade. I hate the fact that it's an MATX
Why an
board as
MSI
well,
board, though?
in an
I
ATX
don't-
chassis, that extra space below the graphics cards. It drives me crazy. But I think the owner will be happy with the fact that he'll at least have a working rig again. and it
Z790
won't cost
gaming
him a
plus
dime.
Wi-Fi.
That's really what we're after
AMZ.
here at the end of the day. If I could upgrade you,
Okay.
great. But at the very least, as long as I can get your
It's
rig
really nice.
fixed, I'll call that.
I don't
a
need
win.
RGB.
So we're gonna
all that
throw in
bullshit.
his
Oh, what's
original
all
CPU,
stupid
his original
fucking stickers
DDR4,
all over it, like dragons
and I
shit.
think
don't
he has
want
an
that.
M.2 drive as well. We need to pull over. We'll get this all in there.
Z790
This
Tomahawk
time, cross our
Wi-Fi.
fingers, hopefully for the last time.
Supports
Also, one other thing to
12,
note before we drop the
13
new
gen.
platform in, the fact that these
DDR5.
standoff locations are correct for this MATX board that's about to go in, as well as
Renewed.
the
Oh,
original
no.
that the owner had in his case. You can see this one especially can
What
cause
does
problems.
renewed
If you
mean?
have this installed where the board
I don't want
doesn't
some
need it,
fucking
then
returned
this standoff
product
could
that
end up
someone
shorting
broke.
things. It could end up frying stuff. We've actually seen that happen in this playlist. So I just want you to know this was checked. I know I didn't mention it earlier in the video, but we shouldn't have any issues with shorting the way that the standoffs are installed currently. Ooh, and I actually
CPU
just
model,
realized I
4i5.
forgot mounting hardware for the AIO. Again, the
What?
pure loop from Be Quiet. Now I was about to transfer this one over.
I
You
don't
can
get that.
see
What are you talking
the
about? This
mounts
is a
here for
fucking
the
mother-
screws that pass through the motherboard are a bit jacked up. So
That's
this
nice.
is the X bracket that goes behind the socket. And these openings are supposed to
Clear
be
CMOS.
pretty squared off, I
Flash
believe. If
BIOS.
I recall correctly, I actually have a similar AIO in the closet. I might
There's
just
two
pull that one
USB-Cs.
because I can't even get the screws that pass through
Then-
this to sit. They slide all the way through.
2 8
And
pins.
that's a problem for mounting pressure and
Got
possibly
two fan
board
headers,
integrity.
two
In fact, you can
RGB
see here,
headers
just
right
for
at the top.
demonstration. So this is one of those
Another
screws, right? And
system
this pops in
fan.
from behind the motherboard. You
Where's
can see
the
I can basically
pump
just pass it right
header?
through. That shouldn't be the case because all of that mounting
System
pressure
fan
is supposed to
one
be
right
stored
there.
right there around the collar of that
I'm not
screw.
seeing the pump
And
header
if it's
though.
able to just pass right through the bracket, then most of that load will then be distributed to the PCB. So
The
the
pump
motherboard
header should be
itself.
like in the
And
center.
that's no good. In
kind
fact, I
of.
want to take a closer look at the owner's
Usually is,
original
but-
board now. So it looks like, well, I mean, there are just minor markings along the backside. It's not terrible. I figured it would be worse than that. The top side looks pretty decent as well.
Another couple RGBs at the
Well, I was gonna
bottom.
say it looks pretty decent. These three look good. So there's one that, oh
This
yeah.
one's nice.
Oh yeah, whoa. Yeah, this thing dug in deep. I found our problem. This here has got to be our eureka moment. So you can see from the back sides here, these holes look okay. In fact, closer near the PCB, you can see there's some slight indentions. I don't think anything's punctured power planes though, so we
How much
should be
is
good
this?
on this front. But when I flipped it over,
Or
this
used
is
and
when it
new
got a little
offer.
dicey. This one right here. Yeah, at first I thought that was just the sticker smeared a bit.
128.
Nope,
what's
my friends,
P mean?
those are exposed copper traces. Yeah, that's not good. And with my macro lens now attached, so you guys can see up close in fine detail those broken traces, those punctured copper lines that run to and from the socket. It looks like DRAM as well. This is not good. This doesn't look like a huge deal physically. Like, you know, to the human eye, it's not a big blemish, so to speak, but this can affect stability.
Is there a
across the board, prevent
Z890?
the system
I
from
don't know if they
toasting,
even make
even
that.
prevent it from powering up. And I'm really surprised that this system was even allowed to turn on in this state because we definitely have some
No.
pretty serious
Wait.
shorts across multiple traces.
They
here.
do?
In fact, manufacturers will often on their upright standoffs
can't
that
be
pass
right.
through to CPU coolers include these really thin plastic or composite
Oh, I guess they
O-rings of
do.
some sort that are supposed to prevent the metal in this
Oh, I
material
forgot to
from
pay my
digging into the
Prime.
PCB. The problem is if you have an X bracket that's compromised and the pass-through screws that I just showed you are not catching onto it, then the owner might try to over torque these, might try to keep, you know, it'll keep spinning basically, it won't catch. He might be putting too much force down as he spins, which could cause the damage that we just saw. So I just wanted to show you kind of how this stuff works and why it is so important to not have a compromised bracket like that. I just realized I was getting ready to find a replacement for this. I thought that I had a Pure Loop 360 in the closet. I do. It's this one right here. One problem though it looks a little different than the owners. I think this is the updated version. It was sent a few months ago, and if I recall, that 360 in the owner's rig, based on the CPU block design, was the first iteration here in the States. I don't want to risk the X bracket in this box being different from this one. I don't want history repeating itself. I don't want to give the owner, any shadow of a doubt that this is going to work perfectly fine for years to come. So I'm going to play it safe and replace the entire Pure Loop 3 outright. Again, it's going to be the exact same TDP, more or less. It's got great fans on it, and it's going to have an updated warranty. If anything goes wrong, we reach back out to Be Quiet. They take care of us like they always do. But this unit is going to be linked in the description. If you want to support them, support us. They send us these units, and they also compensate us for using them in this playlist. I think it's a really great way to organically show off quality hardware. I've been using Be Quiet stuff for several years, way longer than before they ever decided to pay us for anything, and so I'm grateful for their support. I'm grateful for their products, and I'm ready to get this computer finally frickin' fixed. It's been a good while, and this is the second component we've had to replace, and it's really because of this that we even have a defective motherboard in the first place based on what we just found. So, alrighty, time for another transplant. Now, the new one is in. I think it's finally time to get our replacement platform in here. This time, of course, fitted
I haven't
with our
used
new
nuts at all this
unbroken
wipe.
bracket, and
See
you
how
can
they look.
see how it's supposed to look here. You see those double squares? So that keeps the pass-through screws from spinning, which allows you to torque down the upper standoffs on the top side of the motherboard. These are intact, of course. Again, it's a brand new one, so we shouldn't have this issue any longer. Nice and easy then. Hopefully this time is the last. And you can see we've got it all buttoned up. All the screws are in, as well as the cable, so HD audio, 24-pin, 8-pin EPS, etc. We just need to mount the cooler and then give it a whirl. Oh, and this guy, of course, we can't forget, and we suspect it is working. I also took some time to swap out these case fans. Now, I was on the fence about this. I thought about just leaving them. The problem is I don't have a 3-fan splitter for voltage-controlled fans. Most of mine are PWM, and for good reason. PWM is definitely the superior interface. It allows you to be much more versatile with your RPMs. You can get them very low or very high, whereas voltage is a little more stubborn in that department. So for quieter operation across the board, switching to PWM made sense. These are some Be Quiet Lightwings fans. I'll have these linked below as well if you're interested, but I'm not going to hype these too much more. I believe that's pretty much it. I think we're ready to go. I might be speaking too soon. We've got, of course, the graphics card hooked up as well, and we've got power. Let's just go. Let's just go for it. I kind of jumped the gun here. I really should have tested this in a more constructive setting without reconnecting everything ahead of time. This could end up biting me in the butt, but I'm pretty confident based on what we've just seen with the owner's original board that this swap is going to fix things. Here we go. Alrighty, off to a good start. It looks like everything's spinning. DDR4 is lighting up. Do we have LEDs for our case fans? No, we do not. At least not yet. Oh, but we do have a post. Wow, that was super fast. One problem did pop up though that I really didn't think about until it was probably too late. These Lightwings fans can only operate over 3.
I don't know if I want to use this. I don't know if I'm better off without NAS. I literally think I'm better off without NAS. I don't know. Actually, I think I might have used NAS this wipe already, and I fucking discovered that. Don't I have Marin key? Dude. Really? Fucking skid the shit out of me, man. How do you hit 2 mines that quick? You gotta be trying to do it if you're dying that fast to mine. Oh, is that a player? Damn, that's chunky. My guy's just a weak fucking pussy, so anytime I pick anything up, I'm always instantly overweight, no matter what I do. I pick one thing up and I'm overweight. would like to get over toward like the road. Oh, my headphones. Go back. Something wrong with my phone. That's true. They keep like coming off and coming back on. Then they change like profiles, like Dolby Atmos turns off and turns back on. I have extra A40s too. I hate having a cord. I think I might be better off without fucking night vision, man. I can't fucking... You know what? I these in the water. I just don't want them. For me right now. You're an M1A. Definitely an M1A. Fuck. Make sure no one's on this cliff right next to me. People like to camp there like bitches, so. Probably gonna get shot in the ass. It is what it is, though. Damn it, bro. They can jump every time. Down. He's not coming down. Andy fucking aggroed on me. Why aren't they coming down? What is it? What? Oh, here we go, bro. Tell me you're playing on the weekend without telling me you're playing on the weekend. Well, every 30 seconds, my ping goes to 500. Damn, I didn't mean to, I didn't mean to bring the pistol. That was supposed to be for the sniper kit. Where the fuck is everyone? I haven't heard a single shot. Am I gonna get domed as soon as I peek this crack, or am I gonna be able to kill this kid? Can't even fucking see it. Oh, why that took so long? Okay, you. The fuck is it? Sounded semi-close. My ping is just non-stop. I can't even move. Oh, the... I don't know. Oh, if it's on the roof, it might be on the roof. Hurry up before I get lit up. There's more rogues up here, so... The only problem is... not seeing them. What? That's crazy. What? I'm hearing coughing. Ah. the impact nade. So someone just knows I'm up here, but they don't know exactly where I am. I have a feeling it's a cheater, and he's gonna hit me with a grenade like pretty much immediately. So I have to. Unless he sneaks up. See that happen. But the 500 ping is kind of giving him away. Like, I can't do anything without the fucking ping.
It's clear.
Oh shit! Yeah. There's something going on. I'm gonna die to a cheater without it though. It is what it is. I mean, there's nothing I can do. My ping. See? Yeah. I don't know how it works. Maybe they like use ping to hold you in place, and then they just throw grenades at you until you fucking die. Like, I don't even know. Fuck, he has a pretty good angle on me right now. If he was up there. Another grenade. Not that I need more grenades. Someone's throwing impact nades over there, and I don't fucking see him. Yeah, I can't do anything without the ping. It's going crazy. Like I'm at 450 ping right now. Annoying, man. Yeah, it's unnatural for it to like spike so many times in a row. Boy. Probably not even gonna be able to exfil. Damn, he's an exfil. Probably not even worth taking. Is it worth taking? No, you know what? The plates are worth taking. Six plates. Yeah. don't have that. I found it. Somehow I'm 60 kilograms. I have no clue. Northern checkpoint or Southern Road. That's good. What is happening? What was that? What is going on right now? He just doesn't... I don't understand. I am so confused right now. To the point where, like, I don't understand what just happened. I don't get it. Why did he eat every bullet? Oh. A cheater, maybe? My ping's going up and I hear movement. Wait. Did they, like, nerf these bullets or something? I am fucking mega confused right now. Okay, dude. I don't know what's going on with that. My ping's going ape shit. Fucking, there's impact grenades landing near me constantly. I can't kill anything that's far away. Like, it's like the bullets just don't matter. I'm just gonna run over there. It's all fucking... I might have to drop this fuel. Oh, fuck you, bitch. Yeah, my ping's too high. I can't do anything. I can play for like 30 seconds, and then my ping just goes right back to 500. It's only like that on this map. I don't understand it. Wait, since I'm closer now, I wonder if it matters. Okay. I swear to God, if I get up there and he turns around and shoots at me, I'm gonna be fucked. I've hit him in the head probably 30 times. Oh, they're shooting at him too. Where's that shot coming from? Coming from ground level, I think. I can't go up there now because there's someone else shooting at me. I don't see where he was shooting from. Looked like it was coming from over there, to be honest, like on this cliffside. It looked level with the building. I see no one. I think I might just go. Call it a day on this one. Because the guy up there is bugged. Everyone else knows about him. They're all fucking shooting at him. No. I'm getting scammed. Which is a good thing. I was getting impacted from over here. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't play this map if the thing's gonna be like this. Right now it's fine. Wait for like 10 seconds and it will jump up again. Weird raid. Also, I discovered Coconut Edition Red Bull. If you like to make your own, you can just pour coconut shampoo into a normal Red Bull. That's exactly what it tastes like. Oh, so he was dead, but just chilling, I guess. Because wait. No. No. He's alive. That guy. 160 meters? Yeah, those shots didn't even count on him. Not a single one did. Okay. I send you guys to go dig in the river, find my shit. Level 6 plates are nice. Yeah, this thing's fucked. I'm gonna snipe this time. Fuck this 5.56 bullshit. What I have to say about that? Fuck that. I'm not doing that again. That was dog shit. 62. Throw those down there. Extra heals for no reason, even though I have 3 Soleos already. I'm gonna bring this long ass scope and just fucking blink people off from a distance. Three a.m. or daytime? 3 a.m. Fuck it. Should have brought a bipod. Kind of needed for what I'm about to do. Yeah, we're still matching. Oh, here we go. I'd like to know what other people's RAM usage is when they play this game. Like, is it like mine? Like, if you have 32 gigs of RAM, do you use like all 32? Or do I have some issue going on here? And I also would like to know if other people are getting like ping spikes like this too. Like that. Like, that's crazy. That's unplayable. Alright, this scope should be like ridiculous. Yeah, I can't even move. I can't do anything on this map. It's too hard to. The ping is like too crazy for me to play this map, literally. I want to get in a tree and get an angle of across the street for now. Until I can. Yeah, I can't even move right now. I can't do anything. I'm not going to be able to take a shot on anybody. I want to zoom in there. Oh my god. I need to see farther right. If I can get to the rock I want to get to, I will probably have a good spot where I'll be able to hit rogue camp from like 700-800 meters. But the problem is I'm like the game's unplayable for me right now, so the chances of me even making it are like 1%. Like I can't run. If I run, the ping's gonna go to 500. Discord. Oh, 1 second, dude. I'll be in Discord 1 second. I just gotta get to a safe room. I can't move with this ping. God, bro. Oh yeah, he just got shot at. Someone shot at this building. It's a player. There's no way he knows I'm here, right? Oh no, this might not be a fucking player. See, this is the bullshit I'm talking about. I'm about to die because of this. Let me get in Discord. Hold on. Sit in the trash. Fucking thing is. Yo,
Yo,
can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
Nah, you're like an echo.
Fuck. I haven't been on here in a while.
Hold on, let me.
I'm trying to figure it out. Is that good? Is that good? No, doesn't work. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Is that good? Hello?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you. Well, I don't have you on my headset. I got you on my speakers for some reason.
Oh, your Discord settings are fucked up too then.
How the fuck do I fix that?
Just go in the settings and go to audio and you'll be able to change it. You drop down button.
All right, try now.
There?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, there.
I got you. Ooh, that's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna have, if you're gonna play this, I'm gonna have to bring you stuff, because,
I've got a. Well, I mean, I literally I haven't played one DMC right yet.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to bring you shit. They made the flea market, like, levels, so,
Yeah, I've got right now. I've got a decked out MPX, and I've got my M700. I don't have. I've got a scope, but it's just basic. So I could start with that.
yeah, yeah, I hope, have you played it all, or no?
I played as a scab, like 3 runs.
Oh, so you did that stupid tutorial thing?
I did that some
Okay.
match. Yeah, I died. Shit.
Yeah, because I think I think after you do that, you can play with other people. Alright, I'm running to the expo.
Yeah, I can play. I did the tutorial. And I played other.
Yeah, my ping is going ape shit, dude. I can hardly even play this right now on this map.
Yeah, it's